"Mommy, why are you so big when all the other mommies are so beautiful?" our 9-year-old daughter innocently asked her mother. As I laid there, watching my wife struggle to keep her tears at bay, I remembered everything she's been through. She was the first on the gym floor every single morning. She did crunches, squats, and push-ups until she collapsed on the floor, exhausted and drained out of energy. She followed every popular diet she could find online to the letter. She ate a healthy breakfast, eggs, nuts, and berries. A healthy dinner, chicken, beans, and rice. She tried low carb, low fat, vegan, calorie restriction, Atkins, and even cardiac diets. She ate tons of vegetables with every meal, just like the doctors told her to. And every day, she bravely climbed that scale, wishing that maybe once, just this time, the numbers would go down. But they never did. With each failed diet and exercise, her waistline would go up. For my sweet Debbie, this was the burden she had to carry with her every day. A 47-year-old woman, a proud mother of 2, imprisoned inside her own body with her life controlled by her own body fat, with a very real chance that she might have to live like this forever. Overweight for the remaining of her days, always at risk of others judging and looking down at her. It just broke my heart to see her like this. And it made me mad. Mad at all the health gurus and fitness experts whose fad diets only made her feel worse. Mad at myself for not taking the matter into my own hands. And ashamed that I had to watch the woman I love put up with so much pain and so much suffering. It pains me deeply to tell you what happened next. But I have a good reason to share Debbie's story with you today. After watching my wife at the end of a rope, it forced me to go on a journey through the dark side of the corrupt weight loss industry. One where I would uncover the real reason for the American obesity epidemic. And that would lead me to the discovery of a simple, natural, and inexpensive method that changed the lives of tens of thousands of women and men from all corners of Earth. A 6-second ritual from a tiny tropical Vietnamese island. One so powerful that completely transformed my wife's life in a matter of weeks, while supporting her healthy heart, arteries, joints, and blood sugar levels just like she had in her youth. And after years of countless failed diets, she melted 76 pounds of nasty fat from her belly, arms, back, hips, and thighs, going from this to this, and rid herself from all the crippling stress, depression, and anxiety that have been following her almost half of her life. By effortlessly losing pound after pound of raw fat until she reached her ideal weight, regaining her confidence, sex drive, and zest for life that made me fall hopelessly in love with her a little over 25 years ago, leaving her skin glowing, rejuvenated, and youthful, while every overweight woman and man we knew were shocked about her incredible transformation and dying to know her secret. You see, despite what you've been led to believe, the real root cause of your stubborn belly fat and uncontrollable weight gain has nothing to do with how many calories you eat, how much time you spend on that gym floor, whether you cut carbs, fat, or even both, or any of the latest dieting fads. It's not related to your thyroid metabolism, genetics, or age either. Instead, as the latest clinical studies report, it's all due to a dangerous process that scientists found in this tiny area of your brain that hijacks your nerve cells, forces your body to store excess fat, and leaves behind life-threatening side effects almost impossible to repair. Now, the good news is that once you understand where this process is located and how it operates, you'll be able to stop it. Restore and repair any damage it has done to your system. Curb your hunger cravings, and stop your body from storing excess amounts of fat and help you burn pound after pound of raw fat until you reach your ideal weight. Whether you're a woman or a man, or you're 20 or 70 years old, even if your goal is to lose 50 or 100 pounds, or you just struggle to lose those last few pounds off your belly. No matter if you've tried every single fitness program and diet in existence. Even if you think you can't lose weight because of your slow metabolism or your genes, and no matter your current health condition. This simple method is only known to the eminent monks from a small tropical Vietnamese island and can help you burn fat like a kid on the playground with just 6 seconds of your time every day. You won't have to step a foot on the gym floor. You don't need to start counting calories or give up your favorite foods like brownies, pizza, cheesecake, or ice cream. In fact, you can eat whatever you want, anytime you want, and you effortlessly lose pounds of nasty fat from your face, arms, hips, thighs, and belly. You support your new healthy arteries, joints, and heart. You strengthen your bones and melt that dangerous visceral fat around your organs. You regain your energy, vitality, and the sex drive you had in your best days. Your skin is glowing, just like when you were young. Your entire life improves, your body becomes healthier, and you feel happy, more than you've been in a long, long time. So stay with me for the next 3 minutes and you'll discover the real reason why 90% of all mainstream diets and fitness programs are a big hoax, and how internet health experts already know this but will never dare to tell you. Why metabolism boosting tricks are the absolute worst thing you can do if you're struggling to lose weight. Hint, it's especially dangerous for people over 30. How this extremely popular exercise can actually damage your health and keep you from losing weight, even though fitness gurus blatantly recommend it. The little-known scientific experiment that led to the discovery of this hidden dangerous process that's hijacking your brain and forcing your body to store excessive fat, and the scientifically proven 6-second method that you can use today to shed pounds of raw fat, regain your energy, turbo boost your sex drive, and support your new healthy arteries, joints, and bone strength. Plus, all the peer-reviewed research and clinical studies that prove this works. The truth is, this method has been right here under everyone's nose all the time, yet was conveniently ignored by the same people you trust to make you better. Now, if this sounds too good to be true right now, I get it. Given all the shameless lies and misinformation the weight loss industry promotes today, it may seem hard to tell what's real. If you're anything like Debbie, you've probably been let down countless times by now. But I'm here to tell you it doesn't have to be this way. Because if you want to learn the shocking truth about weight loss, then you've come to the right place. Now, it's extremely important that you watch every minute of this video because I honestly don't know how much longer I can keep it online. The weight loss industry conglomerates are worth over $70 billion, and that's in the US alone. These people will never dare to tell you there is an easy and natural way to burn pounds of belly fat and kill food cravings, especially since not doing so makes them filthy rich. All those fancy meal plans, diet shakes, fitness programs, weight loss equipment, and extreme exercises, they're all designed to draw you in a never-ending vicious cycle and don't actually help you lose weight. The truth is, the weight loss industry giants don't want you slim, sexy, and stress-free. They are perfectly happy to wreck your health and well-being, just so they can keep making insane profits every month. And the last thing they want is for you to see what I'm about to show you. Honestly, if their fad diets and crazy exercises would be any good, every American would have the figure of a professional athlete by now. So please pay attention, because the information I'm about to share in the next 3 minutes could save your life or the life of someone you love. Just imagine how good it would feel to stop worrying about deadly health problems because of your weight, or what your partner thinks when they see you without clothes but don't dare to tell you. To never feel guilty and ashamed of what people will say when you order that extra dessert you love at your favorite restaurant. To never again worry about people silently judging or ridiculing you. Instead, you eat anything you want, anytime you want, and shed pounds of stubborn fat from your hips, belly, arms, waist, thighs, and face. Every day, you wake up slimmer and slimmer, so you can actually see your stomach become flatter and your skin glowing like never before. Every morning feels like a bliss as you climb that scale and see the numbers getting thinner and thinner. You see your waist going down, your old baggy clothes thrown away and replaced with new tight sexy ones. You're stress-free, full of energy, vitality, and happier than you've been in decades. Everyone looks at you in a new positive way, desperately wishing to know the secret to your amazing transformation. Now, let's get you out of that belly fat prison. My name is Ben Walthall. I'm 47 years old, and I live in Davenport, Iowa with my dear wife Debbie and our 2 beautiful daughters. I want you to know right away that I'm no fitness expert, professional trainer, or celebrity. I'm just a normal person like anybody else. I work as a proud aircraft pilot for one of the companies that flies Red Cross supplies. I serve and protect those in need. In all my long career, I've seen many people fighting for their lives. Innocent women, men and children, suffering unimaginable losses, feeling powerless and alone as if they couldn't understand the horror that was happening to them. Like the world they lived in had turned against them. One day everything is fine, and the next day their entire life is turned upside down. And that's exactly what happened to Debbie nearly 2 years ago when her weight got out of control and her body literally turned against her. Now, Debbie's story is heartbreaking, but it may be familiar to you. You see, Debbie and I met in our sophomore year and married shortly after high school. I'll never forget the day when I first saw her in that sexy slim red skirt and white top wandering on the school corridors, rushing to get to her class. My heart melted on the spot. Now, time moved on, and 4 years later, we were blessed with our first daughter, and I noticed Debbie gained a few pounds, but didn't really pay attention to it. We figured it was just normal after pregnancy. Then, in our late 30s, our youngest daughter, Megan, was born, and soon things started to change. The fat from her pregnancy never went away, and Debbie couldn't stop eating. Now, I didn't blame her. Between her job and having to take care of 2 kids, life wasn't easy. That was the time when things started going sideways. Debbie would pile more and more weight, and she would just shut down, emotionally, hiding inside herself and barely talking to me or our daughters. And because of all those extra pounds, even with all the diets she tried, every time she was stressed out, she would turn to comfort food. When she was happy, she was eating because she was happy. And when she was sad, she was eating because she was sad. She was on an emotional eating spree, and she didn't even realize it. Neither of us had. Her hunger and food cravings would follow her day and night. I could see her completely lost, as she couldn't understand why this was happening to her, since she always used to be so careful with her figure. Now, she tried everything, and I really mean everything. She tried keto, since it was very popular at the time, but that didn't work. Then she tried paleo because many fitness gurus said it's good for moms who just gave birth. She drank gallons of lemon water every day. She stopped eating after 7 p.m. She tried fasting. She got checked by health experts, measured BMI, fat percentage, water percentage, metabolic rate, everything under the sun. She even tried those crazy PX90 exercises that only left her exhausted and depressed. But with time, as the weight would pile up, her legs couldn't support the pain of exercising anymore. And like everyone else, every time a diet would fail her, Debbie would just return to eating regular food. It was like her body would stop listening to her. She was in so much pain, her feet swollen, she was constantly lacking energy, gasping for air, even as she walked the stairs to our bedroom. Finally, we both agreed that she should see a doctor. Now, when her test results came in, we both stared at each other, asking ourselves, how did we end up here? She had high blood pressure, high cholesterol, fatty liver, and the doctor warned us if she didn't lose some weight soon, she could suffer the deadly consequences of heart failure. Hearing Dr. Cooper's words, Debbie became more depressed and anxious. She just couldn't understand why nothing she tried worked. The slim, energetic figure she was in high school, now barely struggling to catch her breath, constantly tired, constantly having headaches. She didn't recognize herself anymore. It was the most difficult moment of our entire marriage. Now, I knew that our 25th anniversary was coming, and I wanted to do something nice for Debbie to take her mind off what things have become lately and maybe put a smile on her beautiful face. So I said that we should do something special and invite all our friends and family to celebrate with us. As Debbie looked at me, I could see how much she wanted to do this, but with her most recent weight gain and her health problems, she was terrified that people would look down at her, and she just couldn't stand one more disappointment in her life. Hey, it's going to be fun, just like in high school, I said to her. I even suggested we should do a high school prom theme, since we never got to attend ours due to my football injury. And since the school principal was a good friend of mine, he did us a favor and let us celebrate our anniversary there. Now, word got around, and this whole thing turned out to be even bigger than I planned. All our former high school classmates wanted to come, plus both our families and some of the relatives which we haven't seen for quite some time. Now, Debbie was anxious. She went shopping for a dress to fit her new size. Since we haven't really attended any parties in the last few years, she had to find something appropriate to wear for our anniversary party. It was exhausting. She spent hours trying one dress on after another, looking for something that would hide the extra pounds she had gained. But when the night came, Debbie really got nervous, and I could see her sweating. She tried to cover her new waist with a big coat. She gasped for air as we walked towards the dance floor, and I could see her face turning red. It was that moment when I realized that this may have been a terrible mistake. Now, Debbie was trying to smile to everyone and act like nothing had changed, but I could see people would avoid us, even though they were having a great time talking to each other. "Wait a minute," I said to her. "This was supposed to be our night. We invited everyone here. Come, let's dance," I said to Debbie, convinced that it would make her happy. But as soon as we got on the dance floor, everyone's eyes were on Debbie, as if no one understood who this strange woman was that I was dancing with. Some women in the back started giggling and said that maybe I was just bored and waiting for my wife to come. Now, as much as it pains me to say, no one besides our family recognized Debbie. And even some of her relatives didn't know who she was at first. She had gained so much weight since the last time they saw her that it was just impossible for anyone to say it was her. Meanwhile, as I looked in the room, I could see all the other husbands with their stunning wives, and I just couldn't help myself from being jealous of them. But thinking of my sweet Debbie, I felt disgusted and ashamed of myself. Now, as we started dancing, I could see Debbie getting more and more uncomfortable with everyone staring at us. We could hear the other women whispering in the back, "Oh my God, she's disgusting. Look how big she is. How can she live with herself? Doesn't she know she's that fat?" But Debbie tried to ignore them, even managing to smile every once in a while. But soon it got worse, and they just wouldn't stop. That's when my dear Debbie grabbed my hand and said, "I'm begging you, let's go." Now, as soon as we got home, Debbie burst into uncontrollable tears. She told me that she had never felt so ashamed and embarrassed her entire life. She said no one, not even a single person, complimented her. But they all said nice things about each other. She said the women in the back thought I was your cousin and wondered when your real wife would show up. We ended up in a big fight, and she locked herself in our bedroom and refused to come out. Needless to say, I slept on the couch that night. Now, our youngest daughter, Megan, must have overheard us fighting, because next morning, as Debbie was making us breakfast, she pulled her mother's arm and asked her, "Mommy, why are you so big when all the other mommies are so beautiful?" Debbie turned speechless. Now, of course, our daughter never meant to say anything like that. She must have heard us fighting about it and was just trying to understand why her mommy doesn't feel well, thinking it was somehow her fault. Now, that was the moment when I saw Debbie at the end of her rope. Barely struggling to keep her tears at bay, Debbie looked at me and said something I'll never forget. "I wish I could just fade away forever. I've never felt so powerless in my entire life." Now, as Megan went to school that day, all the other kids made fun of her and her mom, as they had heard their parents telling what happened at our anniversary party. When she came back, she was crying her heart out, saying she never wants to go to school again. She refused to get out of bed the next morning, and she stopped eating, and she refused to talk to me. Soon, neither my wife or my daughter would talk to me. I tried everything I could to reason with them, but they wouldn't listen. I tried to order in. I even used my cooking skills to cook them their favorite foods. I bought tickets to the movies, which we never went to. I called Debbie's mom and asked her to come over. I even tried to get a therapist for Megan, but she refused to speak to them. Nothing worked. At night, after I would get Megan to bed, I would hear Debbie crying in the bedroom. But every time I would try to go and talk to her, she would just refuse to talk to me. With both of them mad at me, I didn't know what to do. So one late night, I fired up my laptop and started searching for something that might make sense out of why Debbie gained so much weight over the years, especially with her trying so hard to lose it. There was something that tormented me. I kept wondering how come all the women who had been in Debbie's class had managed to keep their weight down over the years, even though they weren't nearly half the athlete as Debbie was. And I saw them eating that night, and let me tell you, we had pepperoni pizza, we had burgers, and we had a ton of curly fries. And yet, some of those women were eating with no concern of what it would do to their waistline. I just couldn't figure this out, but I needed to, because I really didn't know what I was going to do if I didn't manage to get my wife and my daughter back on their feet. So, after a long, exhausting night, here's what I found. As you may already know, Your body contains fat cells, the villain behind how you gain or lose weight. You can think of a fat cell as a tiny plastic bag that holds a drop of fat. As you gain weight, fat cells expand, and when you lose weight, they contract. Nothing new here. Now, science seemed to think that losing weight is all about calories and willpower. However, modern research found that when fat cells grow, they produce a hormone called leptin. Those who have studied this hormone say that leptin is responsible for the way we gain weight. You see, when your leptin levels are low, you crave for foods and want to eat all the time. When your leptin levels are high, you feel full and satisfied. Now, leptin may sound familiar to you, but this is not even half of the story. Scientists found that overweight people actually produce a higher amount of leptin than regular people. This happens because their brains don't respond to leptin. Scientists call this phenomenon leptin resistance. Your brain doesn't recognize leptin and doesn't know when you're full, so you keep eating, which eventually makes your fat cells produce even more leptin. So you keep being hungry and you're caught in a vicious cycle. Now, it looked like I was making progress, but unfortunately, most studies stopped there. The medical community agreed this to be the problem for obesity, and that was it. As far as they were concerned, no further research was needed. But my questions still remained unanswered. What exactly caused leptin resistance? As I was about to find out, this wasn't about leptin resistance, but in fact about something else, something much more disturbing. So keep watching because in 60 seconds, I'm going to reveal to you what it is. Now, scientists from the University of California in San Diego took a different approach. They followed the leptin signaling path, from the stomach to the brain, step by step, looking to see if there is something that stands in its way. They tried to understand what overweight people have in common, thinking there must be some sort of culprit. You see, when leptin reaches your brain, it naturally binds with its receptors, the leptin receptors. These leptin receptors are tiny cells attached to your neurons that wait for leptin to reach to them so they can tell your brain that you're full. Imagine your stomach as the sender, leptin as the messenger, and the leptin receptors as the receiver. When leptin meets its receptors, they form a connection. Something just clicks and tells your brain you should stop eating. Those scientists initially thought the reasons why the signal doesn't reach your brain is because there might be something wrong with the leptin receptors. But research has shown that overweight people, besides high leptin levels, they also have higher levels of leptin receptors. So what was it then? What was preventing leptin from signaling the brain to stop eating? What these amazing scientists have discovered is that it's not about leptin resistance, nor leptin deficiency, but in fact about something else, much more dangerous, called leptin disruption. They discovered that for overweight people, their fat cells produce an enzyme that actually clips leptin receptors from the surface of the neurons. This blocks leptin from binding with its receptors. So, if leptin can't connect to its receptors, your body doesn't know when it should stop eating. And you're stuck on a vicious circle. The more fat you have in your body, the more your leptin is blocked from binding with its receptors. When you block the enzymes that leads to the receptors not signaling, you can treat the issue, said Dr. Schmid Schoenbein, one of the leading authors of the study. It was incredible. The solution to weight loss is not found in your stomach, but inside your brain. So no matter how many exercises you do or how much you starve yourself, it will not work until you fix the leptin disruption cycle first. This was a major breakthrough. As I continued my research, I found many other peer-reviewed studies reaching the same conclusion, that in order to lose weight, you have to break the leptin disruption cycle first. Now, sitting in front of the laptop, I realized I still don't have an answer to this question. How exactly can I make sure leptin connects with its receptors and break the leptin disruption cycle? I was stuck once again. But God truly has a plan for us all. Because that night, while I was checking pictures on Facebook from our prom-themed anniversary, I stumbled across an old classmate, Stuart. I'll have to say that Stuart looked pretty different in his Facebook profile. You see, back in high school, everyone used to make fun of him, since he was the biggest guy everywhere he'd go. He weighed more than 240 pounds. He was constantly bullied by all his peers and pretty much everyone in the school. He would regularly lock himself into the bathroom and cry. Now, if there was anything that I despise more than anything, is bullies. I tried to protect Stuart as much as I could, and we became good friends. So happy to see he was doing well, I invited him for lunch. But let me tell you, I almost didn't recognize him. He lost all his extra weight. His legs were skinny, he had muscles on his abdomen, his hair was shinier, and skin was glowing. It was unbelievable. You were always my favorite couple, Stuart said, as I got to tell him what happened to Debbie at the anniversary and later on with my daughter. Everyone was looking up at you. The high school sweethearts, the handsome football captain together with the prettiest girl in school. It was almost like a Disney movie. But you guys, you really reached inside everyone's heart. And Debbie was always very nice to me. You know that she never made fun of me once for the way I looked. I'm sorry about what happened to her, Ben. I truly am. But I think I may have a way to help you with that, Stuart said. Stuart, if I hear about one more dieting fad, I'm going to lose it. They ruined Debbie's life, I said to him in disappointment. Actually, Ben, I'm here to tell you that you are right, he said to me, taking a huge bite of an enormous piece of cheesecake he'd just ordered. In fact, as we got to talk, Stuart ordered one more appetizer, a pizza, and another dessert, with no shame or remorse. I was shocked. How could this guy eat that much and still stay fit and healthy? Now, Stuart started telling me about what he's been doing for the last 15 years, and let me tell you, up to this day, even though I 100% know he is telling the truth, I still wonder sometimes, how on earth did this happen? You see, Stuart used to work for the American Health Association. He was there for a little over 12 years. He had full access to every clinical study, every weight loss related research, every new diet and fitness plan the industry ever invented. Whenever a new diet or novel exercise would pop up, Stuart and his team would be among the first to find out about it. And you know what? Stuart looked straight to my eyes and said, in all my 12 years of working for the AMA, after trying every popular plan or diet that would reach my desk, I had lost exactly 0 pounds. Now, the things he said next stuck in my mind ever since. He unveiled to me the 3 major lies of the weight loss industry. A secret so carefully guarded that he could get into a lot of trouble if his former employer would find out he was talking to me. And it's because, as he said, this entire industry is filled to the brim with lies and deceptions. They don't care about fixing your problem, because a customer that only pays once is not a customer for life. They'll keep rotating fancy diets, meal plans, and fitness challenges one after another, claiming they help you, while instead making you fatter. Which brings me to the first major lie of the weight loss industry. They boldly claim that dieting helps you lose weight, when in fact, even if it may have some results for a while, they know it won't last. And that's because dieting doesn't solve the root cause of why people gain weight in the first place, which is leptin disruption. The truth is, if you go on a starvation diet, it will only make things worse for you and your health. Jacqueline London, a senior dietitian at the Mount Sinai Hospital in New York, says that nearly half of your calories should come from carbohydrates. And that's because almost every chemical process in your body requires carbohydrates. You see, back in the distant past, there was no access to supermarkets or food delivery companies. People never knew when they were going to eat next. So now, when we eat, our bodies are using the same genetic encoding to find a way to store fat until our next meal. So when you deprive yourself of nutrients, including fats or carbs, your body automatically prepares itself and stores as much fat as possible, because it doesn't know when your next meal is going to be. Therefore, as crazy as it sounds, when you eat less, your body stores more fat, and that's why dieting is bad for your system. In order for you to lose weight and keep it off for good, you have to deal with the real cause, which is leptin disruption. Then Stuart unveiled major weight loss lie number 2. It's the lie that exercise makes you lose weight. Listen, this is something fitness experts will never dare to tell you, because they're more concerned with keeping you as their number 1 customer than your health. As soon as your doctor gives you the test results and says you need to start losing weight, there's a multi-billion-dollar industry waiting right there at the clinic exit, excited to prey on you with their lies and deceptions. They say you should get on that treadmill and start exercising, but no one tells you exactly what happens to your body as you start exercising. As you work out, your body releases a stress hormone called cortisol. This has been found in numerous clinical studies to encourage your body to store more fat. So the actual fat you lose during the exercise comes back with a vengeance because your body goes into preservation mode. A recent study published in the American Journal of Medicine, which was based on over 1,500 individual cases, clearly shows that aerobic exercise has no effect for overweight people who are trying to lose weight. And then Stewart revealed the major weight loss lie number 3, that overweight people have a slower metabolism. Research shows that overweight people have actually a faster metabolism, and that's because their bodies need more energy to cope with their basic functions. Now, here's where things get bad. The weight loss industry tells you that if you want to lose weight, you should go on low-carb diets that actually slow down your metabolism. So, once you do that, your body is forced to break down muscle to use for energy. And the lower your muscle mass is, the slower your metabolism gets. And then your body can easily store excess of fat after you come off the diet. But there is good news. So stay right where you are, because in just a minute, I'll reveal to you Stewart's secret. Ben, 4 years ago, I reached the same conclusion you have, Stewart replied to me after I showed him my research. It was the day I quit my job. I was in a lot of pain and furious at myself. It was one of those life-defining moments, and I'll tell you, Ben, it wasn't easy, he said with sorrow in his eyes. Stewart told me he went on a spiritual healing journey around the world, which in fact turned out to be his entire life and body transformation journey. From the deep, dark Amazonian forest to the little-known African tribes and the amazing Japan villages. He walked for 30 days on the Camino de Santiago together with a group of pilgrims gathered from all corners of Earth. And even though his legs could barely support his weight, he made it his mission to not give up. He met with spiritual healers, African tribal chiefs, and Mayan shamans. He even met some of his old friends on that road. People who no longer trusted that the system could save them and who had taken their lives back into their own hands. And almost at the end of his journey, he finally reached a tiny island in Vietnam, where he found shelter inside a small monastery, gladly welcomed by its mysterious monks. Now, a 2020 report, Vietnam has the lowest obesity rate in the world, 11 times lower than what we have here in the U.S. That's despite the fact that Vietnam's #1 industry is processed foods. Yet they still have the slimmest nation in the entire world. What Stewart didn't know back then was that this stop was going to change his body and through that his entire life. It was where he would lose all his extra weight like clockwork, almost overnight. Now, in a sign of appreciation for the monks providing him with shelter, Stewart brought gifts that he had gathered during his travel and helped him lose some pounds during his journey. He brought graviola leaves, and otherwise known as Brazilian pawpaw, a plant native to Central and South America. Among its incredible antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties, graviola leaves are shown to naturally inhibit fat enzymes from blocking the connection between leptin and its receptors. It also has the capability to reduce blood glucose levels and help fight type 2 diabetes. The next one on Stewart's gift list was Panax ginseng, a plant that originates from the far east part of Russia, with the same antioxidant and anti-inflammatory capabilities. And more importantly, it also inhibits fat enzymes from blocking the leptin connection with its receptors. Moreover, it helps strengthen the leptin receptors to form a better connection with leptin. It also nourishes the brain, has effects on improving memory, fights tiredness, increases energy levels, and boosts your immune system. Then he brought red raspberry. Red raspberries are extremely high in fiber, vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. They have the amazing ability to burn fat, help with bone strength, and even have incredible anti-aging effects. With each stop, after taking these incredible plants, Stewart lost a few more pounds. He considered it would be a great gift for these kind monks. Now, his entire life was about to change soon. As he got to talk to the monks, he discovered that their key to losing weight rapidly and keeping it off was found in 3 mushrooms that they consumed on a daily basis. In fact, these were extremely popular on their tiny Vietnamese island, and as Stuart got to find out, this island also has the lowest obesity rate in Vietnam. These 3 mushrooms combined with Stuart's plants were going to make the ultimate weight loss super cocktail. It was so powerful that even the monks warned Stuart to be careful how much of this he uses, as he could get too skinny. The first magic mushroom was reishi. Reishi helps your body burn fat instead of storing it, and is being used to help enhance the immune system, reduce stress, improve sleep, and lessen fatigue. It also regulates blood pressure and lowers cholesterol. Besides that, it also helps destroy fat enzymes that block leptin from connecting with its receptors and signal your brain that you're full. The second on Stuart's list was maitake, also known as the dancing mushroom. This incredible shroom has incredible detoxifying abilities and helps leptin to bond with its receptors. It contains a set of incredible nutrients which help your body burn raw fat. It also regulates blood sugar and drops cholesterol levels. This mushroom is also considered an adaptogen, meaning that it contains powerful properties that can naturally restore and balance the body to promote better health. And the third mushroom is shiitake. With the same incredible weight loss properties, shiitake also boosts your immune system, lowers blood cholesterol levels, and has extremely powerful detoxifying effects. Specialists also confirm that this shroom is effective at lowering cholesterol levels too. After taking just 1 bowl of this powerful mix, Stuart felt like he was pounds lighter the very next morning. Before getting back home, a couple weeks later, Stuart had lost all his excess fat. His hair and skin were glowing, and he had the energy of an 18-year-old. Finally, there was hope. As soon as I got home, I went online and checked all Stuart's ingredients, and what I came across was amazing. I looked over every herb, every mushroom, and plant. They all had the incredible power to destroy the fat enzymes that block your brain from knowing when you're full, curb your hunger, and remove the excess amount of fat you have stored. In fact, this blend supports normal blood sugar levels, bone strength, healthy arteries, brain, heart, and joints. It was the holy grail of weight loss and health. I was stunned by what I was reading, and yet not one nutritionist or health specialist talked about these miracle ingredients in any of their fancy and fad meal plans and diets, let alone told Debbie about them. Although I was holding the solution in my hands, one question remained to be answered. How can I combine these foods in a practical manner so that it doesn't generate huge cost for our family? I made a quick calculation, and the amounts I'd have to pay were insane. Even though these mushrooms were common on this small Vietnamese island, Stuart could only provide so much from his journey. It would be close to impossible to find them for cheap in the U.S. And even if Stuart would go back and help me get more of these plants, it would cost me thousands for the trip, if not more, just to bring them into the country. I needed to find a simpler, more reliable alternative. I needed a way to extract these powerful antioxidants from Stuart's list and put them into a practical form which would make it easier to collect, store, and consume. Now, this wasn't my area of expertise. I needed some help. We needed an exact mixture of ingredients in the right proportions with the same powerful effects, 100% guaranteed to work. Now, as Stuart specifically told me, in order for this formula to work 100%, the ingredients needed to be selected only from specific locations and must be of the highest quality and purity. And so we started looking for top-notch sources. I'll tell you, it wasn't easy. It took us weeks until we found something reliable. You would be shocked if you'd know how ignorant most people are when it comes to the quality and purity of the raw materials they produce. After weeks of relentless research and sleepless nights, we finally found a company that was both Food and Drug Administration, FDA approved, and Good Manufacturing Processes, GMP certified. But in order to make this formula, we needed help from someone with medical studies, someone that could combine it in the right quantities to ensure 100% guaranteed success. The help came in the name of Dr. Christina Pearson, one of Stuart's best friends, ever since his days working with the American Health Association. Dr. Pearson had over 38 years of experience in the field and was highly skilled in both traditional and herbal medicine. She also had a personal interest in helping us make this formula, as her sister had gained a lot of pounds during her last pregnancy and was struggling to lose weight. From the moment I met Dr. Pearson, I knew she was the right person for the job. Not only was she a real expert in her area, but also extremely empathetic and charismatic. "Your findings are right on the spot," our good Dr. Pearson said. "I've been waiting for someone to come up with a solution for 4 years, ever since this research was published. There have been many peer-reviewed studies since then, and they all prove that the ultimate cause for weight loss is not leptin resistance or strengthening your leptin receptors, but leptin disruption." From time to time, we would get a call from people saying they've discovered the ultimate weight loss formula, and then right when we were about to put it into production, they'd back out, claiming threats of litigation. Being small guys, they couldn't take the threats and harassment. I remember it happening last year in May and in the fall of 2017. It's almost like people with their own special interest would make these small companies go under on purpose, Christina said. Then Dr. Pearson got to work. She started by adjusting the quantities for each ingredient and combining them in a way that both maximizes the effects and speeds up the process. She also added powerful vitamins to strengthen the body's ability for fast nutrient absorption. Vitamin E to help your cell regenerate and make your skin glow. Vitamin C to boost your immune system and help you control your blood pressure. And selenium to help support your thyroid and strengthen your hair follicles. The final formula was a masterpiece, and since it's 100% natural and the facility we produce it in is FDA approved and GMP certified, we didn't have to wait years going through exhausting approval processes. I couldn't wait for Debbie to try this. Now, I'll admit, she was reluctant at first, especially since she tried so many meal plans and exercise, and they all, one after another, failed her. But this was nothing like a diet, as I explained to my Debbie. So she started, and for the first 4 days, nothing happened. I could see Debbie wasn't overly happy about it. She wanted to give up. I begged her to continue. I think that seeing how much effort Dr. Pearson, Alan, and I had put into making this formula was the only thing that kept her going at that point. Shortly after, the scale showed us something slightly different, giving us hope. She had dropped 2.5 pounds. I could see her smiling again. After that, every morning the scale would be down by another 1.5 pounds. Then, late one evening, right after dinner, something incredible happened. I suggested to Debbie that we stay late and watch Friends, which was our favorite show since we were in our 20s, and said, "I'll order some pizza." "No thanks, I already ate dinner," she said to me. No way. We looked at each other and we couldn't believe what Debbie had just said. I can't remember a time in the last 10 years when she said these words to me. Debbie could never say no to pizza. It was one of her favorite late-night snacks. But something was changing. Every single day after that, her hunger cravings went down more and more, all naturally. She didn't have to force herself to stop eating, and was still down at least 1 pound every morning like clockwork. And she still ate her favorite foods, pizza, dessert, and the occasional late-night snack. Then one morning, July 3rd, a day I'll always remember. I was in the kitchen making breakfast when I heard Debbie screaming out of her lungs. I ran my heart to the bedroom, praying that nothing bad happened to her. "Come see, Ben," she said to me, smiling like a kid unwrapping her Christmas present. As we both stared down at the scale, we almost burst into tears. My sweet Debbie had lost 84 pounds. Soon, she found herself giving away all her old jeans and dresses. She went shopping for new clothes at the mall, worry-free, and each one of her friends complimented on her new looks. Men would turn their heads as she would walk down the aisle. Women would look at her in awe and full of jealousy about her new looks. Her friends would literally stop her on the street to ask her the secret of her incredible transformation. It was the most amazing feeling ever. That night, as she got home, she grabbed my hand and led me to the bedroom. It was the most passionate night of our entire lives. Every single shred of fat from her belly, arms, legs, hips, and thighs had vanished. She was back being herself again. Her skin was glowing, her hair was shining, she was no longer at risk of heart problems, her blood sugar had returned to normal again, her joints were strong, and she was full of energy all day long. And she had done all this without exhausting exercises or crazy diets. When Dr. Pearson saw Debbie, she was ecstatic. "We've done it!" My wife had broken free from the stomach fat that had imprisoned her for so many years. She had fixed her leptin disruption process. Seeing the amazing transformations she had been through, you can understand why I wanted to share this formula with the entire world. But Dr. Pearson warned me. Just because his formula worked on Debbie was not proof it will work on everyone. So that night, we posted a few messages on sites like Reddit. We specifically asked for people at least 35 years old who wanted to lose at least 20 pounds, regardless of their current health condition. And especially if they've tried every diet and fitness program under the sun and failed. We wanted people who just couldn't win the battle. In 1 week, we had 68 volunteers. Each one of them got a 4-month supply of these ingredients, but after just a few weeks, everyone reported a dramatic decrease in their hunger cravings. The average weight loss was 52 pounds. Stewart's formula worked for all of them, way better than expected. In fact, Dr. Pearson's sister was one of the volunteers, and she lost 56 pounds of nasty pregnancy fat, going from this to this. 100% of the participants reported a significant increase in their energy levels. Some of them even got clearer, sharper vision, which was something we didn't expect. They all eliminated risks of heart disease, strengthened their bones, and as a side benefit, were able to support healthy arteries and joints. Their anxiety, stress, and depression had vanished completely. The feeling I had as thank you emails, phone calls, and text messages kept pouring in was absolutely priceless. That's when we knew we had succeeded. We decided to make it our mission to share this with every woman and man out there who've suffered enough because of this vicious obesity epidemic. So we created a clinically proven formula that you can use at home, once a day with a glass of water, to target the real root cause of uncontrolled weight gain. Strengthen the leptin signals sent to your brain, and finally shed every pound of unwanted fat out of your body. We called it Leptofix, a 100% natural blend that goes to the real root cause of your weight gain, fixing the leptin disruption cycle. We only source the purest, highest quality ingredients, the perfect combination of 22 carefully mixed plant extracts and vitamins into an easy-to-swallow capsule to take once a day. We only produce Leptofix in our FDA-approved facility using the latest technology and equipment. Every capsule of Leptofix is non-GMO and safe. This protocol is very easy to follow and is also diabetic friendly. It does not require any restrictive diets or starving yourself. In fact, you can continue eating your favorite foods. And you'll continue to effortlessly shed pounds of fat every day like clockwork. The formula is more powerful than anything else in the world because it doesn't just help you lose that unwanted weight and keep your belly flat and toned at the same time, but also helps support healthy heart, improves your memory and focus, boosts your energy levels, and so much more. So, you'll also be improving your overall health at the same time. Over 141,000 people from all around the world have already transformed their life and bodies from the inside out with Leptofix, and that number is steadily growing by the day. Christine D. was ashamed to even walk out of her home, fearing people would judge her as she might not fit into chairs, doorways, or the bus. And even though she was skeptical at first, she decided to try this method for herself. In just a few weeks, she lost 107 pounds, boosted her energy, and is now stress-free and regularly goes shopping for new clothes at the mall. I felt like such a failure and a burden to my family. They absolutely love my new transformation. Michael K., a 64-year-old retired health specialist from Denver, Colorado, tried everything under the sun and was still gaining weight. He decided to follow the research to the letter, and after seeing how amazing this method is, decided to try it for himself. I felt extremely embarrassed when my grandson Mark came to me, looked straight to my eyes, and said, "Grandpa, you're so fat." I needed to do something, and When I read about your method, I knew I had to try it out. I am down 32 pounds and it keeps coming off. My back pain has disappeared. I feel younger, more energetic, and happier than I was in decades. Jennifer R. said, I've been using your method every day, and even though I still eat all my favorite meals and desserts, I'm down 46 pounds already. People just look at me differently now in a beautiful, admiring way. The only thing you have to do in order to achieve the same results is to follow this program as soon as possible. Everything is extremely simple and safe, and it can be all yours in less than a minute from now. So, if you're ready to finally break free from the prison of stomach fat and live a stress-free life where your days are full of excitement, satisfaction, and joy, if you're ready to say yes to this incredible change in your life, then you need to ask yourself, how much is it worth to you to see all your friends die with envy when they see the amazing transformation you've done to your body? How much is it worth to you to regain control over your weight and health? To not have to stare at that scale terrified all the time? To stop feeling guilty every time you order that dessert you love? To be in total control of your cravings and hunger? Imagine this and tell me, how much would it be worth to you? The average American will spend over $100,000 over their lifetime on weight loss diets, drugs, programs, and exercise. And that's just to treat the symptoms of their weight gain. Over time, things only get worse as you start piling up more pounds because none of those products actually addresses the root cause of your problem. So let me ask you again, how much is it worth to you to hold in your hands the real solution to weight loss? Is it $10,000? Maybe $5,000. Although, after seeing the results of this formula, Dr. Pearson suggested I should price it at $997. And my wife Debbie, looking at her amazing new body, said it's worth at least $497. And even though Leptofix helped over 141,000 women and men from all over the world who would happily pay double that amount, my goal is bigger than money. I want to help as many people as possible to feel what I felt and what Debbie felt the first time she went shopping for her new slim fit jeans. To feel the joy and happiness of finally getting back in control over your health and weight. That's why I'm not going to charge $497, or half of that, or even a quarter for that matter. I just want to keep this website running for as long as possible so that more women and men can benefit from the powerful formula behind Leptofix. The last thing I want is for you to think about the price when you say yes today. And even though I'll be soon forced to raise the price to $99, because you're here now, you can finally regain control over your body and get a 30-day supply of Leptofix for just $69. Now, I feel it's my duty to say this. After thoroughly researching each ingredient inside this formula and conducting an investigation on over 10,000 volunteers for a period of 12 months, Dr. Pearson recommends that you take Leptofix for at least 90 days. This will give your body enough time to strengthen the leptin signals sent to your brain, so you can lose as much weight as you planned. But you need to hurry. We produce Leptofix only using ingredients of the highest quality and purity, which makes our mission to find them extremely difficult. Basically, every time we get a new shipment, our stock runs out in days. And because I know how important it is to not only free yourself from all the weight that's been keeping you a prisoner of your body for all this time, but also keep your body healthy and strong for the rest of your life. After talking to our manufacturing partner, I've gotten them to give a discount on the 6-bottle package of Leptofix. So, while you're on this page right now, and select your package only in the next half an hour, you can get them for only $49 per bottle, and also get free shipping from us, as long as we didn't run out of stock already. So, select the 6-bottle package or any other package you want. See if Leptofix is currently available. And join the 141,000 happy women and men whose lives have been completely transformed by this formula. Now, if you say yes to Leptofix in the next half an hour, you also get a free special bonus that completes the puzzle. It's called Leptofix: Defend. We want you to have every tool possible to succeed. And to do that, why detoxify the body when you can also detoxify the organ responsible for absorbing the nutrients in this powerful formula? That's why we created this 100% natural proprietary blend. Ingredients like bentonite clay, black walnut, flaxseed, and psyllium husks are perfectly mixed to ensure your colon is clean, healthy, detoxed, and fully functional. Now, here's how this works. If you buy 3 bottles of Leptofix right now, you get a 30-day supply of Leptofix Colon Defend, worth $89 for absolutely free. Even better, if you buy 6 bottles of Leptofix, we'll send you 2 bottles of Leptofix Colon Defend, worth $179 for absolutely free. And remember, with every order you place today, together with the free bonuses, the shipping is on us. Does this sound good to you? Look below this video now. Make the right choice for you and your loved ones and choose the package below immediately. Once you order, you'll be taken to a secure checkout page. Then fill in your payment details using a credit card or a debit card. Shortly after, you'll fill in your information and confirm your order. Your package of Leptofix will be shipped to your doorstep. And remember, with every order you place today, you get free shipping. Now, if you choose to order the 3-bottle or 6-bottle package, which Dr. Pearson recommends since we estimate that we'll run out of stock very soon, we'll also ship you your bonus bottle of Leptofix Colon Defend completely free. And yes, your order today is a one-time payment with no subscription or hidden charges. We believe in a fair, transparent, and honest relationship and dislike any unwanted charges as much as you do. So, act fast and click below to select your package. Now, I feel it's my duty to warn you. Leptofix is selling very fast. It can only be found on this page through this website at this moment. It's not available for purchase on any other website or in any other store in the world. You won't find it listed on Amazon either. This is your only chance to grab this exclusive formula. We produce Leptofix in small batches, and once we run out, it takes us between 3 to 6 months to restock. We only work with certified manufacturers and high-quality ingredients, making it extremely hard for us to keep a large stock of Leptofix. We've also been receiving an alarming number of threats from the weight loss industry titans who are experiencing huge losses while this formula is live. So while Leptofix is still available on this page, go ahead and select your package, hit the buy button below, and secure your order now. I hate to say it, but time is running out. You don't want something like what happened to Debbie to happen to you when the solution is at your fingertips. Make your choice below right now. And if you wonder if this will work for you, I understand. After all, you've been told all your life that it's your fault. You've put your trust in all these industry experts only to find yourself back where you started every time. So let me change that right now. I'm confident that Leptofix will work for you. That's why I'm going to give you a 60-day, no questions asked money-back guarantee. It's simple. Select one of the packages and hit the buy button below. Try this powerful formula, watch as your weight goes down, and see how amazing it feels to effortlessly shed pound after pound. Watch as fat melts off your body every single day. Be overwhelmed with joy and happiness as your energy levels go up and your friends become jealous of your new look. Watch as your cravings are gone and you don't feel hungry all the time, since your stomach can finally signal your brain that you're full. And after 2 months, if you are not satisfied with the results, even if you used up the entire bottle, send us an email and we'll refund every penny back. No questions asked. You have 2 full months to try Leptofix and see the amazing results for yourself. All you have to do is claim your discount, select one of the packages below, and take advantage of this amazing deal. We'll cover 100% of the shipping cost and make sure Leptofix is delivered straight to your doorstep. And if you made the smart decision of selecting the 3 or 6 bottle package, we'll ship you your free bottles of Leptofix Colon Defend along with it. There are no hidden fees and no subscriptions, just a simple, secure, one-time only payment. And remember, Leptofix is only available for purchase on this website. So go ahead and choose your package now. See how simple it actually is to get a slim, fit, and amazing body. See how fast you start shedding pound after pound every day once your stomach can signal your brain that you are full. See how easily you can take control of your hunger and cravings and regain your energy and joy of life. This is the moment you've been expecting your entire life, and it's time you take action. Right now, you're facing a life-changing moment where 2 paths stand in front of you, each leading you to 2 different lives. One path is full of happiness and energy, where you love your new body, where everything you ever wished becomes real, where you no longer have to look with fear at a scale again, where diets and exhausting exercises become a memory of the past. And the other? Well, the other is just the life you have now. The truth is, you only have two options. Option number one, you can leave this page and act like nothing happened. Ignore this powerful solution, all the groundbreaking research, and the tens of thousands of women and men standing behind its incredible results. You can go back to your regular life full of restrictive diets, counting carbs, and never-ending health problems, and continue shedding money to all those weight loss experts who just want to keep you overweight so they can keep selling you products. Because that's how they work. They imprison you with their fancy meal plans and crazy exercises. They make you think it will get better, but every time you end up buying more and more of their useless services. Then you find yourself back where you started. This may sound familiar, and I think you already know what will happen if you go down this road. You can feel it growing inside of you. The hopelessness, the exhaustion, the endless health issues, thought of being imprisoned inside your own body. The guilt you have every time you eat, or that you aren't spending more time at the gym. The frustration of getting heavier and more exhausted every day. I know you don't want that. The average American is set to spend over $100,000 just to try and lose weight over their lifetime, and the physical cost of not taking action is far greater. Why go down this road when you can choose option number two? And let's be honest, it's the only one worth considering. You can give yourself a chance at a better life by hitting the buy button below. You can become comfortable inside your own body again. You stop worrying about going on diets, exercising, or deteriorating health. You'll finally fit in those jeans that will make all your friends green with envy. You'll be free from all the guilt of not showing up for another gym class. You'll stop counting calories or tracking how much you eat. In many ways, this is the life you need, and it all starts with a simple yes and a click of a button. I have faith that you'll make the right decision and choose what's best for you. Select the package you want, hit the button below, enter your shipping information, and we'll ship your package straight to your door. Now remember, when you order Leptofix today, the shipping is 100% on us. And it's all backed by our 60 days money-back guarantee. You also get our incredible Leptofix Colon Defend for free when you select the 3 or 6 bottle package today. So go ahead, make your choice and click below. Become one more success story that Leptofix brings to the world. I can't wait for you to experience the incredible benefits Leptofix has to offer. Still there? I'm going to answer some of the most common questions we receive about Leptofix because I want you to feel safe and confident when you place your order today. Is Leptofix right for me? I do get this question a lot, and the answer has stayed the same over time. If you tried to lose pounds over the last years and nothing worked, then Leptofix is definitely the right thing for you. You see, scientists found the root cause of your uncontrolled weight gain to be toxic enzymes produced by fat cells that block leptin from signaling your brain that you're full. This process is called leptin disruption. Since your brain doesn't get the signals, your food cravings never stop. So in order to curb your hunger and stop any food cravings, you need to fix the leptin disruption process by adding certain nutrients to your body. This way, your brain will tell your body to stop storing extra calories, and you can keep eating anything you want, anytime you want. Is Leptofix safe to use? We created Leptofix for people of all ages and with all pre-existing medical conditions. Well, maybe the only side effect is that you will have more time to enjoy yourself and go shopping for new clothes as you keep shedding pounds of extra fat. Leptofix does not require any restrictive diets or starving yourself. In fact, you can continue to eat as much as you want for as long as you want, and you will continue to lose weight naturally. Leptofix addresses the root cause of your body's leptin disruption process in an extremely safe and natural way, and it helps your body to get control over your weight gain. Leptofix is produced using high-quality ingredients in an FDA-approved facility using the latest technology and equipment. This is why we can confidently say that Leptofix is safe to use. Now, as always, if you suffer from allergies or other certain medical conditions at this very moment, we strongly advise that you consult with your doctor first. When should I take Leptofix? In order to achieve optimal results, We recommend you take 2 power capsules after breakfast, lunch, or dinner every day, with a big glass of water. This will provide the necessary nutrient intake so you can start losing weight effortlessly. What if it doesn't work for me? Can you tell me about the guarantee? The more results we see, the more confident we are Leptofix will work for you. Of course, no 2 bodies work in exactly the same way. That's why every bottle of Leptofix comes with a 100% risk-free 60-day money-back guarantee. If you decide Leptofix is not for you, you can return what you haven't used for a full, no questions asked, hassle-free refund. What if I lose weight too fast? We do get this question more often than you might think. First of all, we advise you to consult with your doctor if you see that you start losing weight too fast while taking Leptofix. Secondly, if this happens, we suggest that you take Leptofix every other day instead of daily. Also, we always recommend that you maintain a healthy lifestyle while taking Leptofix to best enjoy its long-term benefits. For how long will Leptofix still be available? First of all, you should know that the only place you can get Leptofix is right here on this page. As far as this question, I'm not really sure. History has shown us that the big weight loss industry fat cats are not going to sit on the bench and watch as their margins turn into dust. They'll spend as much money as they need in legal fees to shut down this site. So, this may be your last chance to get Leptofix. This website might be gone even if you accidentally hit the refresh button. The choice is up to you, of course, but I wouldn't wait. How do I get Leptofix? It's very easy. Select your package and click on the button below. Try Leptofix for 2 full months, and if you're unhappy with the results, send me an email and I'll make sure you get your investment back. So go ahead and click the button below. I hope I answered all your remaining questions, and by now you can safely and confidently order your own supply of Leptofix today. Also, I feel like it's my duty to confess that in order to achieve the best results, Dr. Pearson recommends that you choose either the 6 or at least 3 bottle package. So go ahead and secure your package now. Fill in your shipping details, which takes less than a minute, and Leptofix will arrive at your doorstep in less than 7 days from now, so you can enjoy its incredible benefits right away. I look forward to hearing your success story.